Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're doing good. So this video is about disk management, how you can manage your memory inside your computer, like where to keep it and how many drives do you want. So first of all, for that you need to go to your folders area. You can go by either clicking on the folders icon, or you can just search over here as this PC. So when you open up this PC, if it will bring you to the same location over here, it might bring you over here. That is another tab where we usually land, but then you can go over here by clicking on this PC icon. So as you can see over here, there are these 4 drives in my computer where I keep my softwares. Either my Windows is installed over here, or my videos or my other documents in this one or in this one. And this is also showing you how much memory I have. Like I have 154 GB over here, 77 GB over here, and 101 GB over here. So this is where we usually have the Windows installed into our computer. ठीक है? And हमारे सारे जो सॉफ्टवेयर्स होते हैं वो भी यहीं पे इंस्टॉल्ड होते हैं. Like I have Adobe, Altium, Arduino. अगर Blur या Call of Duty गेम इंस्टॉल हुई है तो वो भी यूजुअली हम अपने विंडोज़ वाली ड्राइव में ही उसको इंस्टॉल करते हैं. So now let's see कि हम इस मेमोरी को ट्रांसफ़र कैसे कर सकते हैं from let's say from E drive to F drive, or maybe we can shrink this F drive because as you can see there is 18 GB free over here. So if we can like shrink this and create a new volume like a G drive over here and have a shorter volume over here for our other segmented data, like if we want to keep some special data, our personal data over there, we can keep it over there. If we want to separate our office work, तो हम उसके लिए एक separate drive रख लेते हैं और उसको वहाँ पे रख लेते हैं. So let's go to, if you press right click on this PC and go to this option manage, it will open up a disk, a computer manager for you where you can manage your computer. You can go to device manager where you can manage your cameras, display adapters, keyboards, mouse, and then you can also go to disk management. So disk management is where you can manage the drives. And as you can see over here, there you can see there is disk 0 and disk 1 because I have 2 disks in my PC. So one is an SSD and one is a hard drive. You can also call it an HDD. So hard drive used to be an old technology which is currently also being used, but now SSD is much more common because it is 4 times faster. So of all 4 of these drives, I have these 2 which are SSD, and this is where I have everything installed like my Windows and all of my softwares, because this will run at least 4 times faster. And everything else, if I need to keep some data, if I need to keep some TV series or my work files or my library, that I keep over here in the hard drive, because I just need to access it. I don't need to run it or anything. So I can keep that in here, but everything that I need to run, I will keep it in SSD so that it will run 4 times faster. That is why my PC is working very fast. So now we can see that there are further partitions in the drives. Like there is this C partition, there is this other partition without a label, and then there is this small one. So these partitions are there just by default. Whenever you install Windows, window creates these partitions by default for its own usage. And you can also see the status of all of these partitions over here, that these are all working fine, they're healthy, and how much space is available in all of these drives. So now what we will do is we will change one of these drives. Let's not alter with the system reserved drive. Let's change the memory of the new volume E or new volume F. So I can choose either of these, and I will right click on this one, and the option to get some memory out of it is the shrink volume. If you want to add some memory into it, that will be the extend volume, but since there is no volume available, so we cannot extend it right now. We will extend it later on, but we can right now we will be shrinking the volume. So let's press the shrink volume button, and now it will prepare it for shrinking. And as we can see over here that it is showing us how much memory is currently available in this drive, and how much is available for shrinking. So we can only shrink the space that is empty. Wherever we have saved the data, that will never get shrink from here. So in this bar we can enter how much amount are we going to shrink. So we can shrink 19 GB, but I'm only going to do 10 GB, so I've changed this from 19 to 10. And as you can see that this number also changed. That is because after we will be reducing 10 GB from 79 GB, the new volume will be of 69 GB. So now we can go to the shrink button, and now as you can see that it has shrinked this one and allocated some space from the next part of it, from the right end part of it, and this is a 10 GB free space that will not show up over here. So as you can see over here, there are only C drive, D drive, E and F drive, and the F drive got reduced to 67 GB from 77 GB, but we do not see this one over here. That is because it is unallocated and it is not ready for use. So we will now prepare it, make it ready for use. That we can do by right clicking over here and then pressing the new simple volume button. So it will create a new simple volume just like the rest of them. And by clicking the next button, it shows us how much free space is available that we can turn into a new volume just like these ones, the F and the E and the D volume. So we will use all of these space. We can just create a 5 GB space, but for our separate other category of documents, like only simple documents. So simple Word files or Excel files, they don't take that much space. Video files, 3D files or game files, they take a lot of space. So for that you would need to create a bigger drive. But right now we are going to use all of the free space, and by clicking the next button, it brings us over here where we can assign a letter to that drive. Just like this letter, this drive has an F letter, this drive has an E letter, so it automatically gives you the latest letter in the alphabetical order, but we can also change it to anything else. So right now I'm going to keep it to G, and the next step will be to select the file system. So by default all of these drives are the NTFS file system, so we are going to keep it that, but we can also change it to FAT32 or another file system. So let's just keep all of these settings the same way and pressing the next button, and then the finish, it will change it into a new volume that will be the G volume. And let's see, when it's done, it opens up this new volume, and as you can see, this is empty right now because this has just been created. Now when we will go back to this PC, now we see the new volume created over here, and we can just move this data from here to here and from here to here. This is just like any other data volume. Now let's delete this back and add it back to the F volume. This will show you how we can use some unallocated space to increase the size of any space. We can also delete this by any of these options, not the format option. One of the format option will delete the data only, it will not delete the volume. So we need to click delete volume. Now it will prompt us whether we have backed up any of our data or not, because if we delete the drive, obviously all of the data inside it will also get deleted. So but right now we don't have any data inside it, so we don't need to save anything. We can just go ahead and delete it. So we'll press yes, and now it has been deleted, and as you can see that it is unallocated over here again. Now let's increase its size and add all of this memory back into this drive. We will click the extend volume button and then click next, and yes, obviously we'll select all of the memory and finish, and now this memory is added back over here again. So this is how you can manage your disk, and you can manage all of your other computer elements over here from the device manager as well, but I will create a new video for that. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.